Hello, how's it going? Okay, so someone in the community said, "Hey, Ishaq, can you sculpt Freddy Krueger?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, bro. Let's do it in the next stream." And hence, here we are. I have my graphic tablet with me, blender open. I have my coffee with me, and yeah, also my water. So I'm all prepared for this stream today. Not that there's much to prepare here. But yeah, let's just start with this. Let's just sculpt Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember watching this as a young child, but I can't recall the plot of the movie. I watched this as a kid. Yo, Shizuma, always the first person to be here. How are you doing, my friend? How is it going? Have you seen the Nightmare on Elm Street? Are you aware of this character? I watched it when I was young, but I do not remember what the plot of the movie was. I remember that if the people they fell asleep, then this person here, Freddy Krueger, I don't know if he's a demon, if he's a, I don't remember the plot, but I was young. he came into their sleep in their dreams, and he would kill them. And if he kills you in your dream, you are dead. So that is all I remember about this movie. Check the audio filters. Oh, let me check the audio filters. Oh yeah, basically what I was doing is let me turn it off. Filters. Yo, that should be better. Okay, so I was recording some karaokes. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but yeah, I was trying to record some before the stream, and I forgot to turn off the filter. Yep. That's what happened. Thank you for pointing it out, my friend. Hello, yo, Nomad. How's it going? Logan? Good, doing good. And you? I'm doing good as well. Thank you. Awesome. So we will be sculpting Freddy Krueger from the Nightmare on Elm Street. Though I remember that there's a Rick and Morty episode that features this character as well. I forgot his name. What was his name, bro? In Rick and Morty, he had a different name, but it was basically the same concept. It was a combination of this dude here and Inception. That was hilarious. I love Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is amazing. I love Rick and Morty. And Freddy does has ears. I remember once seeing a photo of Freddy Krueger when I was like 7, and it freaked me out for a while. I can imagine that. So when me and my brother, we were young, bro, like we got internet connection fairly new, okay, and we had like a 1 Mbps download speed, and at that time that was like standard. So if someone had a 2 Mbps connection at the home, we were like, "Wow, bro, you have 2 Mbps? How is that possible?" How does internet feel like with 2 Mbps? But yeah, we got internet fairly new, and we also got it fairly late. I think I was in 7th standard when we got internet connection at our home. And the sole reason we got internet connection at our home was because school required us to do some homework that required internet, where we had to do some research and all of that. My parents, they didn't want to expose us to the internet at a young age, and I do respect them for that, because of all the shit that's out there, and how like one thing leads to another, and eventually it leads to porn. That's just how the internet is, isn't it? So they wanted to keep me away from that for the longest time, bro. And when we got this new internet connection, but like YouTube was such a thing for it. Like, wow, YouTube, we could watch any video that we want. And then me and my brother, what we would watch all the time, we would watch scary videos. We thought we would try to find real ghost footages, and we thought that it was real. Like, of course, like we weren't, I don't know, bro, we were young, and we thought, oh wow, this is all real. Wow, there's a ghost there. And I remember there was this video of the scariest ghosts compilation. And bro, I remember when we started that video, me and my younger brother, we ran out of the room. And we had speakers, so it was all screaming and everything, or on loudspeaker, and we just ran out of the room. And both of us, we were scared shitless. We couldn't go into the room and turn it off. I don't remember who was it who came and went with us. I think it was my mom. And at that time, we also lived in a joint family. So I know joint family is not a concept in the West, but the way that it works is that you live with your aunt and your uncles in the same home. It's like a big, big, big family house. And you live with all your cousins and everything. So everyone's there with you. That's how a lot of homes over here, I think, still are to this date. They live together. But yeah, I had to wait for my mom so that she could come, and then we could go back to the room. I remember, like, we were standing outside, me and my brother. We were scared, and I'm like, "Why are you standing outside?" Like, Mom, there's ghosts on the screen." That was our scariest ghost compilation story. The internet was fairly new to us, man. Amazing story, yeah. That's the story of how I got scared, traumatized by the internet. We were also like super into horror movies. So back then there wasn't Netflix, there wasn't this, I don't know, streaming platforms online. So the only way we could watch movies was we had to go to the shop, buy a digital DVD, buy the CD, and then you came home and then you played it on your DVD player. Though Logan, I think it's like ancient for you. DVD players and all that. But yeah, that is how we used to watch movies. And we went to the shop, and the only thing we said to the shopkeeper was, "Hey bro, just give me the scariest movie that you have." And there came a point, bro, where he would keep mentioning movies, and we were like, "Yep, seen that. Any new one? Nope, seen that, done." And we're like, we had watched all of the horror movies out there. That was in the shop. When I discovered YouTube, I watched a bunch of fake crap and believed it was real. For yeah, that is how it is. I think everyone has that phase where they believe everything that they see on the internet. Also, like, I feel like now people are more educated about this, but back then people just believed everything that they saw on the internet. Like my mom, she still believes everything to be real sometimes. Oh wow! I remember she sent me a video once where there was a guy and he was like, "Hey, if you have a headache, press this finger. If you have a sore throat, press this finger. If you have back pain, press this finger." And I was like, "Mom, like, do you really believe that this works? It does not." If that's real, bro, doctors would go bankrupt because all you have to do is press a bunch of fingers and you're cured. The doctor itself, like a lot of the medical industry is a scam itself. Most of it, or part of it, I don't know, but I just personally find it really, really hard to trust doctors and trust medicines. Everything has a side effect. You try curing one thing, and then you have 3 other problems to deal with. That's not how it should be. Believe it or not, but for a while we only had DVDs and live TV, so definitely not ancient. Oh, that's awesome, man. So you are aware of it. I think you've never seen those, the buttoned mobile phones. Have you seen those? Bro, texting on those things was like, it was the worst thing ever. Nokia 3310. So this shit here. Yeah, this one. Oh, typing on this was such a mess. So let me tell you how it worked actually. If you wanted to type B, you have to press 2 twice, because A and then B. And then you have to type, let's say you want to type back. So you have to press 2, then you have to wait, then you have to press 2 again. Then you have to wait again, then you have to press 2 thrice so that you can reach C, and then you press 5 twice to reach K. That is how they worked. I have used one of those. Bro, like how old are you? I thought you're like 14 or something. You shouldn't know this. You shouldn't know this. It's a nightmare. Yeah, it is a nightmare, man. But even then, like, of course, reels wasn't a thing. Memes weren't a thing. People used to text jokes to each other. That was pretty hilarious. Crazy how the world has evolved thinking about it now. I'm 15, lol. Bro, you shouldn't know about this. Why do you know about this? Just kidding. It's cool that you know about this. I know I shouldn't know, but I do some of that. That is awesome, man. What else is ancient? I think floppy disks, they are ancient now. Back then, they were floppy disks. Though I've never used them either, because by the time I was a child, CDs had already came into play. So floppy wasn't a thing anymore. But I did see a lot of floppy disks lying around my house, because that is what my dad used. Like, I had this talk with my dad, and I just tell my dad that, Dad, you guys are the coolest generation ever. Period. Like, your time was the best time because you saw things being invented, from no phones to phones, from no TV to TV. Now all we see is just improvements of whatever has been created. So we just see advancements in the things that already exist. So for example, we see advancements in TVs, advancement in cell phones, advancement in, I don't know, digital watches. But in his time, these things were literally created. There was no camera when he was a child, but then he saw the camera being invented. There was no TV when he was a child. That's pretty crazy. So the generation before us, our parents were, I think they're the coolest generation ever. They saw these things happening in real time. But the rate at which things are being improved now, it's pretty scary, man. Like, the gap from the first radio till the next TV was, I don't know, 10 years. But now every year we have a new technology coming out. It's pretty crazy. The same thing goes with AI, but like a few, I think, how long ago? But like a year ago, ChatGPT wasn't a thing. And now everyone uses ChatGPT instead of a Google search, which is amazing. It's crazy how quick the world is evolving now. The DVD main screens, though, are amazing. What do you mean by main screens? 2023 it came out. I remember once generating an AI image like in 2023, and I compared it with the same prompt, but on a 20 November, it's scary how fast it moves. Yeah, it's pretty scary, bro. And it's exponential, the rate at which this is improving. And what AI needs is just more time. So more time for AI means it gets trained over and over, and it gets better and better. I'm fine working on the female knight sculpt right now. Awesome. Is that your spooky character? The female knight? This looks better. And this, guys, is why you keep everything low poly initially, because you want to make these adjustments. If this was high poly, I wouldn't have been able to make this adjustment. I would have, but it would have been a pain in the rear. Rear meaning the ass. Ooh, can't wait to see the female knight. You pervert. Why would you want to see female knight, bro? Just kidding. I can't wait to see the female knight either. If I make her ugly, then yes. No, man, I don't think it's gonna be spooky. Then you're gonna make her beautiful. By the way, guys, a really easy way to judge your female sculpts is just ask yourself this question: would you marry her? And if the answer is no, then keep working on it and bring her to a point where she would be acceptable for marriage. If not, your female sculpt sucks. Not by my standards, but by yours. You can't create something that you adore yourself. What's the point, bro? It's just a sign that you need to practice more. Okay, this is looking nice. I have some problem where in the later stages of the 1 month challenge, I'm keeping my sculpt super low poly instead of going high poly. It feels illegal to go higher poly. So it is illegal to go higher poly if the base sucks. So there's no point going high poly. But once you're happy with the basic block out, then by all means, bro, you should go high poly. It's just illegal to go high poly too early, because that just becomes a pain in the ass to adjust later. When things are low poly, it's easier to adjust them. There are less things you have to move around, less adjustments that you need to make, and everything is easy. Life is good. But the moment you go high poly too early, that is where things start to fall apart. Because the clay becomes hard, because now you have to adjust more things to get the same result. So always stick to low poly. Imagine it like a burnt cake, bro. If you're trying to bake a cake and the cake is burnt, right? Is there any point icing that cake? Is there any point putting sprinkles on that cake? No, bro. Like, the cake is burnt, the base is burnt. There's no point. I can have the most beautiful icing, but it's still a shitty cake. Or think of poop, bro. Like, if there's a piece of shit right here and I decorate that piece of shit, no matter if I gold plate that piece of shit, it's still a piece of shit. The same thing happens with sculpting, bro. If the basic sucks, if the block out sucks, no matter how many details I add, I can make the most beautiful eyes, make the best details ever, it's still gonna be a shitty sculpt. So low poly, definitely the most important stage, and hence, yes, I do agree, it should be illegal to go high poly until you have a good block out. Female knight with a huge sword. Bro, it just depends where the sword is. Hope she doesn't have one between her legs, because then she's not a female. I'm super happy with my toothless blockout at the moment. I'm waiting till I complete the eye lesson so I can start working on the eyes. Awesome. I love toothless. Toothless is. I love toothless. Though I did heard that there's a fourth movie in the making. I'm not sure if that was a rumor. But I think they are making a fourth part for the How to Train Your Dragon series. How to Train Your Dragon series is one of my favorite animated movie series. It used to be the first, but then came out Into the Spider-Verse. And then I fell in love with Into the Spider-Verse. And the reason that I love Into the Spider-Verse is, bro, from an art perspective, that movie revolutionized the 3D animation movie industry. Before this, all we got to see was this cute Pixar style, Disney style characters and DreamWorks characters. That's all we got to see. These super cute. But when came Into the Spider-Verse, bro, that is when shit got real. The cool thing about Into the Spider-Verse is that you can literally pause that movie any moment, any frame, and it looks like a comic book. It looks like a comic book art. The reason that this works is because, bro, they did not use any 3D effects. 3D effects like motion blur or depth of field, any lens effect, camera effect, they did not use it in the movie. When they wanted to add motion blur, they just used after images the way that cartoons do. When they wanted to add motion blur, they used color distortion, which is another technique in comic art to focus on some things and blur something out. So that movie completely revolutionized it. And since then, we got to see more movies like more series like Arcane. Arcane came after Into the Spider-Verse. So I love it in that regard. It was such a breath of fresh air. It does, though. It's amazing. Yep, it is really amazing. I just loved, like, I was just admiring the art. I didn't give a shit about the story, but I was just admiring the art when I was watching that movie. It was so good. There's an Avatar, the last Airbender movie that got leaked, and literally every moment you can pause and make that your PC background. Oh, is it live action or is it animated? Honestly, bro, I've never liked the live action adaptations of anime and cartoons. The reason being, bro, like the emotion that a cartoon, a 2D animation can portray, you cannot do that with 3D unless it is stylized. And the biggest example of this is the Lion King movie. So the Lion King movie came out and they made the lions super hyper realistic and all of the animals, but the emotions do not convey. Imagine a sad lion. Like, how does that make sense, bro? A pig crying? Why? And even if it does, bro, like, you cannot get the same emotion that you get with the cartoon, because in the cartoon the expressions are so exaggerated and it conveys the emotion so much better. So yes, it was a good technical achievement, but from a story standpoint, from an emotion standpoint, they never hit the mark. At least in my opinion. Like, you can imagine a Dragon Ball Z live action movie, but the fight scene will never have the same intensity ever, period. Because the way that 2D is animated, it cannot be done in live action. With all those effects and the scribbles and the exaggeration line and the action lines, it just cannot happen. The new season came out for Netflix live action adaptation. I was watching it just for the CGI and I left within the first 10 minutes. The last minute of live action sucks. Avatar, the last Airbender live action. Yeah, there you have it, bro. That's why it sucks. Because they just cannot portray the same feeling, the same emotion in a live action film or a live action season. They mess up the story so badly. Yeah, bro, even if they do follow the main story and the plot and never rewrite anything, they still cannot portray it in the same way. It's just the nature of it. It just cannot happen. Like the guys were high. Don't ask me how, but when I attempted sculpting toothless eyes, he somehow ended up looking Asian. Yeah, bro, like Asian eyes, when you do not have, let's say, depth to the eye sockets, or when you don't have this area here that has shadow, it does look like Asian eye. Asian eyes are super interesting. They're like super interesting to sculpt. But yep, it's like a topic of their own. I learned fairly late that Asian eyes, if they do have eyelids, it's probably a surgery. People do not have Asian eyes, do not have an upper eyelid. It just tucks in under the skin. And yeah, let me show you actually. It's pretty interesting. Asian eyes. Yep, here. This is actually a surgery that they get to expose the upper eyelid. It's super interesting, isn't it? Whereas a normal Asian eye, you wouldn't see the upper eyelid. There's this layer of skin, and the upper eyelid just tucks inside this. It's super interesting. And from the side profile, you won't see a lot of depth to the Asian eyes. Notice how this does not catch a lot of shadow. It's not that deep. It's fairly close to the face. Whereas here you can see, bro, like we have proper eye sockets. This whole area is catching shadow and everything. But Asian eyes do not have that. Generically, they do not have that. Sent you a screenshot of the eyes that I tried. That I got somewhat okay with. Okay, let's have a look. Oh yeah, they look super big, man. It would be a bit hard to comment on this without the reference. But just looking at them, they do look a bit big. Could you please provide Arabic audio subtitles in the future videos? Thank you, because when I don't have time to watch your live stream, I watch it later, but I can't find Arabic audio subtitles. I'm not sure how to do that, bro, to be honest. I think YouTube does it automatically. It just generates subtitles, but I'm not sure how to do that manually. Though YouTube does has an auto translate feature, but I don't use that. The main reason I don't use that is because I make content in English. My free course is in English. My community is in English. So I'm not sure that would work. Because yes, it may work on YouTube, but then what if they want to go and join the free 1 month challenge? Then I cannot help them. It's just easier to stick to English. Is this a likeness sculpt? Not a likeness sculpt. It's just, I just want to sculpt Freddy. As long as he looks like Freddy, I'll be happy. I don't try to aim for 100%, but as long as I'm in a ballpark where the reference looks 80-90% accurate, I'm in a good place. I'm happy. I feel like, bro, if the point is likeness, if the goal is likeness, just trace. Because tracing is 100% an option. It's people do it professionally. When it's time to when the likeness is the biggest concern, then the easiest thing to do is to trace. And this is why even in games you will see, if the concern is likeness, if you're playing a game, I don't know, something like Detroit Being Human, and the characters are realistic, then all they do, bro, is they just scan the face. They don't hire a sculptor for it. So if the goal is likeness, then just trace. But I just like to sculpt concepts, and as long as I'm in a ballpark, I'm happy. As long as he looks like Freddy, I'm more than happy. And yes, we will adjust the teeth later, but right now I just need something to block out. Yes, that is so true. Yep, but like the goal is, if the goal is likeness, just trace. And so many people are like, no, bro, but I don't want to trace. Bro, then don't complain either. Because when someone's making a product for a product renter, the only option that they have is to trace. When someone's making a car in Blender, they trace. When the goal is to make something extremely similar or the same, then the best thing to do is to trace. And there's no shame in doing that. It is a shame if you're passionate about sculpting, you're like, no man, I only trace and you don't feel good about it, you don't understand what you're sculpting, then yes, it is a shame, because you're just being inauthentic to your own self. But if tracing makes you happy, if it helps you get closer to the result that you want, by all means, trace. I sent my references of toothless. Oh, yeah, bro, definitely look here. So the distance between the eyes, it's big. Here, it's very small. So that makes a difference. We have this proper eyebrow ridge above the ear, which we do not have here. You indicated it a bit, but it's not as pronounced as over here. By the way, I would recommend that you just go to Gemini and just ask Gemini to create a reference of Toothless for you with the front side in the third quarter. Though, oh bro, like if Disney is involved, I don't know if Disney is involved, but if it is, you're screwed. Just a sec, I have to get this. Back. AI references suck in my opinion. They're hard to read for me. No man, like I find them super awesome. Let me show you the references that I have. I use AI references all the time, and this stream is evidence of that. This reference here is AI generated. Where's the reference? Yeah, so many AI generated references. The cool thing about them is that they are consistent. The lighting is consistent. The rendering is consistent. The face is consistent. So this won't happen that okay, you found an image online of the Joker and every front contradicts, every side contradicts, every third quarter contradicts. So that's the cool thing about AI. Thank you so much for pointing that out for me. I did ask Gemini for a reference of Toothless. Yeah, no copy, blah, blah, that, exactly that. So apparently, Disney and Star Wars, you cannot generate their references. And anything related to that. I think DreamWork might also be in there, but I'm not sure. But yeah, Disney definitely does not. Marvel is super generous with that. If it's a Marvel character, you can generate references, but Disney and Star Wars, no chance, man. It's gonna give you the same error that you mentioned here. And I'm pretty sure there might be a workaround if you type resembles this character or something like that, and you try to find something similar to that. It might work, but I'll have to try. And there are workarounds when it comes to prompting. You can prompt in a clever way and get what you want. So I'm not that super good at prompting myself either. I just found this worked a lot, like my head hurt when I was working on the prompt that I use for the references now, but it works fairly consistently. And a lot of times what you can do as well is just go, so if you're using Gemini, go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, how can I prompt this in Gemini? And vice versa. And you can get good solutions. So the prompt that I use, it was generated by ChatGPT, part of it, but the rest of it I had to try and test on my own. But it works now. I always find some uncanny aspect of it, and I end up spending way more time trying to fix the face. I'm not sure, man. Like I've never had that issue. I personally find it very difficult to sculpt with references otherwise. because if I'm trying to sculpt a face, every angle contradicts. The lighting contradicts. If I was to find Freddy Krueger's references and I go to Google and I type Freddy Krueger and I type Freddy Krueger front, Freddy Krueger side, but they're all going to contradict. They're all going to have different lighting settings, different emotions, slightly different expressions. But you see, this one is the same expression. It's consistent in all of the views. So for me at least, this is very easy to work with. I'm working on pronouncing the Aboriginal and widening the distance between us. Awesome, bro. I love this. W for immediate action. That's awesome. Yeah, I think this is in a good place. Let's work on the hat and then we can change the rest of it. Though I suck at modeling in Blender, but we will still try nonetheless. Let's delete this. Faces. The reason I suck in Blender, in modeling at least, is because I've always modeled in Maya. So Maya is what I have used for modeling always. And I only got Blender to learn how to sculpt. So my modeling abilities in Blender, they just suck. Also, the hotkeys, they always throw me off. I try pressing the hotkeys that are in Maya and vice versa. So that is how it is. And here you can see I'm not modeling this, so I'm just sculpting this basically. What is Gemini prompt again? I believe you put in the chat once, but I lost it when my Discord account got hacked because I saved it. Oh boy. Let me share it with you again. Just a sec. Gemini. Yeah, here's the one that I have. Let me correct this. I basically used this one to sculpt Ziz now, to generate a reference for Ziz. So that is something that I am working on now. I'm working on a Ziz sculpt and I'm collaborating with Aryan. So he basically helped me model the base where the sculpture is going to be. And it's pretty awesome. Featuring X. So there you have it. Featuring X, of course, you want to just type in whatever you want to sculpt. If you send an image, then just write featuring the reference image that I shared with you. And that should work. Thank you. My pleasure, my friend. Grid fill. Yep. Just a second, let me go turn on the fan. Hello? जी अच्छा तैयब मैं आपको थोड़ी देर में कॉल करता हूँ यो Yo, Morris in the chat. How's it going, my friend? How are you doing? Busy as always, but when I see you live, I am honored, my friend. Thank you. I tried my luck with Gemini again, and I can't generate the image you requested right now due to the interest of the. Yeah, bro. Like if it's an animated movie, it will not work. If it's Disney, if it's Star Wars, it will not work. But other than that, the prompt works fairly well. Like I show you, like I generate all of my references with Gemini. But remember the one photo of my terribly sculpted person? I want to see if I can get that reference again and see how well I can sculpt it one day. You mean the terrible person from the back room? Yo, I lost the start. I remember I did install it in OBS where I could see how many people are watching the stream right now. But now I just have no clue. I have to open the YouTube studio on the side just to check that. So I need to get that again. I'm not sure what it was called, but I remember it was a pain in the ass to set up last time. Check it out. It's just good to be aware and just have it on the screen over here. Also, Ishaq uses something. So, Nikolai, you use something over here that brings the chat on the screen as well. What is that tool? If you're still watching. Twitch transparent overlay. Are you also streaming on Twitch simultaneously? Is that how you get it, or does it work for YouTube only? And honestly, how do you find it? Is it distracting, or do you think it's nice to have? I stream on both. I get almost zero viewers there. I don't know how Twitch works either, man. So basically the chat that you get on your screen, it's Twitch and YouTube combined. So if someone messages you on Twitch as well, that message will show over there as well, right? Is that how it works? I got used to it and I forgot how to turn off Twitch streaming. Okay, that makes sense. That is awesome. Yeah, man, like streaming by yourself definitely sucks. I'm not sure how Twitch people get started. How do they start gaining an audience? Or yeah, I remember I made a separate account for streaming. So I made Ishaq Sculpt Live, and I did a few streams there. Although I had like 10,000 subscribers here, on that channel, like I was streaming by myself. There was no one there, and it gets so boring. I personally believe that the point of a stream is to interact with the audience. So if there's no one there, who do you interact with? A lot of streamers I know, like when they are streaming, they are so focused on their work, they don't check the messages. They are fairly slow on responding to the chat. I just like to be super active, because when I watched other streamers, I was like, bro, talk to me. Why do you take forever to reply? So streaming is something super chill for me. Have you thought about going live sometimes as well? But honestly, no idea what I should do live. Maurice, I think what you could do is interview some people, some freelancers that you've gotten success, and some other people. It could be like a live Q&A where you could just talk about their success story, what changed for them, what helped them the most in their freelancing journey, and stuff like that. Or even if you can get someone from the industry, so you're well connected, if you can get someone to come on a stream with you, you can have like a questionnaire there, and at the end you can have a Q&A. So those formats, they really work for a live stream. Or you could just have like a chill coffee episode where you can just chill, people can submit their portfolios. You just let them know beforehand that, okay, I will be going live here, and you can submit me your portfolios, you can submit me your whatever you're doing right now, and just help them tackle that. Like for example, every Saturday what I do is I just stream and I just go through the 1 month community. So let me show you. So this community over here, 1 month challenge. Yep. Every Saturday what I do is I just go live inside the community, and all I do is just share feedback. That's all I do inside the community. The cool thing about this is, one, it helps me bring more people because I'm live on YouTube. The second thing it does is that it makes the community more active, because the members know that, okay, if I post every Saturday, Ishaq is gonna come and he's gonna share some feedback. So I feel like this is a really good format. At least for me, this is working. So that is nice. And yeah, of course, streaming, sculpting live is also something that I do. Just a sec. Ji Junaid. Walaikum Assalam. Yo, back. The interview part will come as videos as well as portfolio reviews, but yeah, could also do that live. I think portfolios live really works, because everyone is learning from everyone. People can comment under there, share feedback, they can ask you questions live, which I think works. In a video format, they don't have that live interaction with you. If they have a question in real time, they can ask you that. So when I'm reviewing the sculpts, sometimes what happens is that the person I'm reviewing the sculpt of is also live. Just a sec. Hello? So yeah. Where was I? The live interaction part of it. That that's the main thing on a live stream. So when I'm sharing the feedback, sometimes the person that I'm sharing the feedback of is watching the stream as well, and he has the opportunity to ask anything in real time that he wants. And oh yeah, since you have a school community as well, the cool thing is that on school you can just make that event, and on the event you can just link the YouTube live stream link. So they can hop in over there as well. Have to jump in a client call now. All right, good luck, my friend. Make some dollars. Wishing you all the best. Take care. Goodbye. Thank you for the input. My pleasure. Okay, I like where this is now. I think make this slightly slimmer. Yeah, his head is not so exposed. So let's select the hat. Move this down. Not so down. The downer the hat goes. I agree, man. The more farmer he looks. One question. How are you sculpting in the layout mode? How am I sculpting in the layout mode, bro? I don't switch to the sculpting tab ever. So what I do is I just click on whatever I want to sculpt and press Control tab, and then I go to sculpt mode. So I just sculpt there. How is the no man? I don't want to sculpt here. I'm so you just click the model, Control tab, and then you go to sculpt mode. I think this is how I've always sculpted. Okay, let's save this. Let's make another file, because now what I want to do is I want to add the asymmetry. Oh wow, I've never noticed that. Thank you. My pleasure, friend. You see here, even here you can just toggle through these tabs and go to sculpt mode. So I know some people are just used to going to the sculpting tab to sculpt, but I've always done it this way. Look, Freddy is quite a thin guy, so his neck shouldn't be as strong as we would make for a generic strong face. This should be nice. Wait, layer sculpting is so much better, lol. I just awesome. Glad you like it. Alrighty, let's add more details to this. Control R, and so I would need so many texture brushes to do this, but I'm just gonna do it the nasty, dirty way. I'll just select some patches here and there. Just sell the illusion that we have here for his ripped skin. I don't know if this burned or if he was acid attacked, what happened to him. Definitely something did went bad. So I'm just selecting some areas with the mask brush. But it looks like he's been exposed to the arc of Conan and Indiana Jones. I haven't seen Indiana Jones, though I have heard good things about it. I haven't really seen Indiana Jones. I had a Monopoly, the Monopoly board game, and it was an Indiana Jones themed Monopoly board game. Though I did not had I hadn't watched Indiana Jones. But that Monopoly was really cool, by the way. It came in a wooden box. It has some really cool pieces. I think it was my first Monopoly ever. So let's switch this. Let's take the glitters brush and we can just add this wear and tear to his skin. I think I'll also smooth the brush slightly, smooth the mask, so that we get a bit more feathering as we reach the edges. I used to play Indiana Jones Lego game. I haven't watched the movies fully. But there's this one particular effect that I love with the arc of Conan melts this guy's face. Damn. Sounds interesting. I think I've only played the Lego Justice League, or it was Lego. It was the Lego Star Wars. That's what I have played. I think, and I played it on my PS2 or something. It's been so long, bro. I haven't played video games. I honestly, bro, I loved video games, and I still do. But I know that it's the biggest distraction in my life. If I install a video game on my PC now, you won't see me stream. You won't see me making courses. You won't see me making videos, because that is how addicting they are. And for me, bro, like trying to find a moderation is just tricking myself. I know that it won't work for me. So the best thing that I could do for myself is to completely remove them. Will I ever get back to playing video games? Maybe. But is that going to be now? No. Not now. Though the GTA 6 would be a really cool time to get back into it. But it's a distraction. It has been one of my biggest distractions. So my choices are, bro, do you want to level up in real life, or do I want to level up in a video game? And I choose real life. I love the Lego Star Wars games. Absolute peak. I used to play it on my Xbox 360. Awesome. Video games are like digital cocaine. Exactly that. The thing about video games is that, bro, video games is progress on steroids. So if you want to make progress in something, for example, what is it that people brag about in video games? Hey, bro, you know, I just played Call of Duty and now I'm Prestige 6 in Call of Duty, bro. Who the fuck cares about that? Oh, bro, you know, I just unlocked this new Fortnite skin and it's super rare, bro. And unlocking something in a video game, it does not require the same amount of effort. It's so quick, bro. You can grind a video game tonight and unlock the skin that you wanted by the morning. That's how video games work. And now when a gamer steps into real life, and let's say he tries to learn sculpting, and he's sculpting for, I don't know, bro, 2 days. He's like, nah, man, I still haven't gotten the results that I want. So this clearly isn't working. Let me go back to playing video games. And funny enough, bro, your mind convinces you of the same thing. Your mind is like, hey, so Ishaq, you've been trying to learn sculpting for a while, bro, and it's not working. Play that video game again, bro. That was fun. Do that again. Do it again. Play that video game, bro. And that is why you're just distracted all the time. When you're trying to play video games, when you're trying to sculpt, bro, you're thinking about the video game. I know, bro, like I used to grind GTA Online. And when I was in school and the lecture was going on, what I would be thinking about was, bro, when I go home, bro, I'm going to unlock the T20. I'm going to buy the adder tonight. So I only have this much money left and I'm going to do these many missions. That is what was on my mind, even when I was in school, bro. So video games is just progress on steroids. And why would your brain, our brain is a monkey brain, bro. Like our brain does not give a fuck where the source of pleasure is coming from. It does not care if the source of pleasure is drugs, if it's porn, if it's video games, if it's, I don't know, whatever that source of pleasure it may be. It does not care. Our brain just wants pleasure. And the easier the pleasure is, and the higher the pleasure, so the higher the pleasure, the lower the effort, the more addicting the thing becomes. So why do you think porn is addicting, bro? Because you can sit in your room, masturbate to any girl that you want, and make anime, I don't know, bro, anime waifus. Why would you want to go out and find a real waifu? You wouldn't want to do it. Why would you want to approach the woman of your dreams, bro, when the woman of your dream is just a porn site away? I'm not kidding, bro. So this is what happens. And then people are addicted. You have unlimited access to porn. Like sexual desire is one of the strongest desire known to mankind. And then you have unlimited access to it via porn. Why would you want to do anything in real life? By the way, guys, if you're listening and if you do not know, let me tell you, one of the biggest reasons for erectile dysfunction is porn. And there's a proper term for it. So you can Google this up. It's called porn-induced erectile dysfunction. And the reason that this happens is because when you're watching another guy doing that deed with another girl, bro, you're training yourself to be a cuck. You're training yourself to be an observer rather than a performer. And when it's time to you to get on the steering wheel, your ding dong doesn't respond. Like, nah, man, this is not how I thought this would be. You should be watching. So everything in today is pleasure on steroids. It's dopamine on steroids. Social media is dopamine on steroids. When you go to social media, you just have to move your thumb to be amused. How easy is that? If you want to feel pleasure when you're scrolling through Instagram, all you have to do is to move your thumb. That's it. Why would you want to spend an hour trying to learn how to sculpt? Whereas after that hour, what you're going to stare at is a piece of shit. Of course, no one can learn how to do this in an hour. And people now just have unrealistic expectations because they have been exposed to these things that are progresses on steroids. So they achieve things in this virtual world, inside video games, I don't know, inside social media, in terms of how many followers do I have, or how many likes did I get on my profile picture. People upload profile pictures. Like, I know I used to do this when I used Facebook and I uploaded up a new profile picture. I would be checking every hour. Oh, bro, I wonder how many likes did I get in this profile picture. I wonder if someone commented on my profile picture. And in real life, that just does not happen, bro. You want to understand that all of these addictions, the modern addictions that we have, they are basically targeting all of your primal instincts. And how is that? Let me tell you, bro. So if you wanted to be an important person when in the primal age, bro, you had to be someone. You had to be the leader of the tribe. You had to be someone important. And now, instead of being someone important in real life, bro, we try to find that validation online, on social media. Or we try to find that validation on when we play video games. So, hey, bro, I'm Prestige 6. I'm a millionaire in GTA. Like, who cares, bro? Who cares that you're someone in a video game and you're no one in real life? Who cares, bro? But the way that these things are designed, you want to understand, bro, that billions of dollars has been spent to understand how your brain functions. And these things are designed to maximize your attention, the time you spend on these platforms. They are designed to do that. By design, they are made to get you addicted to them, so that you spend more and more time there, so that you overstimulate yourself, so that you don't find peace in other things that you want to do in life, so that you don't succeed in other things that you want, because you're just too distracted. You're distracted all the time. And distracted by what, bro? Honestly, when you go to bed, bro, you still feel like a piece of shit. And the reason you feel like a piece of shit is because you realize the potential that you have, and you just cannot stop. The reason you cannot stop is exactly what I told you. It's because these things are designed to get you addicted. And the only way is, if you cannot moderate them, cut them. What's going to happen if you don't have social media? It's not the end of the world, bro. Like, I tell people all the time, bro, disable your notifications. Turn off your mobile's notifications. Nothing is the end of the world. And people say, oh, bro, but what happens if an emergency happens? First of all, bro, if an emergency happens, you're not the most important person in your family. People are going to call your father. It's a blow to your ego, I know, but that's the reality. If it's an emergency, you're not that important. No one's going to call you. They're going to call your father or someone who has the household. Simple. If you're the person who's the most important, then just realize, bro, that if someone texts you, first of all, no one is going to text you in case of an emergency. So turning off your notifications does not do any harm at all. It does you a bonus by not getting you distracted. So when you're trying to focus on something and your phones go pating, bro, your mind wonders. Your mind like, who texted me? What happened? I wonder what happened. And then you keep checking your phone. And then you cannot focus on the thing that you want to focus on. So yeah, if there's an emergency, bro, first of all, no one's going to call you, because no one texts you when it's an emergency, bro. If they try reaching you out on your cell phone and you do not, on WhatsApp or any messenger, and you do not pick up, they're going to call you on your SIM. If you do not pick up your phone, they're going to call someone who lives with you or nearby you, and they're going to ask, hey, can you put Ishaq on the phone? It's an emergency. So I believe like whatever's urgent reaches you somehow. It reaches you somehow. We just need to have the self-respect to not allow ourselves to be distracted. Your stream is distracting me. I can't sculpt when I worship. That's the thing, bro. Why are you watching me? You shouldn't be watching me if you're sculpting. You can watch me later when you're done with your sculpture. Get off the stream, my man. I don't mind the view, but for you, like, sincerely, get off the stream and focus on your sculpt. Get the sculpt done first. The stream is not going anywhere. It's gonna be on the channel. You can watch the replay. This stream is not more important than your goals, bro. You're watching me sculpt, but what about you? What about your goals? You wanna achieve your goals, bro. Watching me sculpt will not help you become better. So sincerely, my friend, get off the stream and focus on your sculpt. I love watching listening to streams while sculpting works great. It works great if you're listening, but if you're trying to watch what the other person is doing, it doesn't work. And here's what I think about streams. So a lot of people are like, hey, Ishaq, I just watched Speech our stream and I just followed along him, bro. It's never going to work, bro. It's never going to work. The reason that it doesn't work, bro, is Speech is on another level. And when he's sculpting, bro, he will not use the same method twice. Even when I'm sculpting, bro, I don't use the same method twice. I'm solving all of these problems in real life. So I'm using the draw sharp brush right now. Maybe what I could do is I could also do this with the clay sticks brush. Maybe in this stream I'm using the draw sharp brush. Maybe in another stream I'll use the clay sticks brush. So if you're trying to learn from a stream, it will not work. Because you right now at your level, you need something that is structured, a method that which you can understand, and then later once you add the level, then of course by watching other people, their workflow starts to make more sense. By the way, if any one of you is struggling to learn to sculpt, bro, I have the easiest course on the planet, and it is absolutely free, which is the amazing thing. And like, I guarantee, bro, if you follow that course, if you just shut your brain for 1 month and you just listen to what I have to say, and you just do as I tell you to do, within a month you will learn how to sculpt. So many people have wasted more time than that. They have wasted years trying to learn sculpting, and it does not make sense. They are overwhelmed by this bullshit anatomical terms, by learning like a doctor. They want to be an artist, but you're training like a doctor. So the easiest thing that you can do, bro, is just go ahead, watch that course. It's absolutely free, and within a month I guarantee that you will get the results. Some people are like, hey, bro, but Ishaq, 1 month is so long, bro. Like, what do you expect? Bro, one month and you'll be able to sculpt good characters. What do you want? People, instead of committing to this course for a month, they'll try watching a 15-minute tutorial that says, hey, this is the only sculpting tutorial that you need. And it does not work. You're in this pursuit of this shortcut that does not exist. So I think if you are able to achieve the goal that you've been trying to learn for a year within a month, that is the shortcut. It is the shortcut. Yes, I'm listening while I render. Computer is working. Yeah, but like rendering is one of the most satisfying times. So like you just render, and then you can watch a few YouTube videos and chill while the PC is rendering. That is awesome. When I had a shitty laptop, bro, my laptop didn't even have a graphic card, and I was still freelancing, making product renders, product videos, product animations. And when I had to render, bro, before I went to bed, I would just put my laptop on render. And that is how I rendered. And it worked, bro. So many people think, oh, bro, I don't have this graphic card. How do I get started? I don't have this. I don't have that. Bro, life is making the best of what you have. and everything else is just an excuse. Yes, maybe you do not have the best gear. Maybe it will take you slightly longer than what it takes other people because of hardware limitations, but still you can do it. People do it. I know people who cannot afford a graphic tablet, but they get insane results with just a mouse. And that's amazing. People say, oh, I don't have an art degree, that is why I suck. This happened, that happened. And I personally believe, bro, like if you train your mind to think of problems, all you think about is problems and excuses. But if you just accept, if you are absolutely accountable, like if you practice accountability, absolute accountability, where everything that happens to you is your own fault, that is when the game changes. And that is when you start looking for solutions instead of problems. So if you do not have a graphic tablet, do you think there are people out there who are working with the mouse and making the kind of sculpts that you want? If the answer to that question is yes, why not you? If you think that, okay, you have a distracting family, if you have a busy routine, bro, and the afternoons are super tiring and you do not have the energy at night, wake up early. Honestly, wake up early. Practice first thing in the morning. What is stopping you there? But if a person is a Jerry, all he will look for is excuses. Oh, bro, this happened, that happened, I can't focus. But a person who's accountable, he will get up early in the morning. He realizes that, okay, bro, when I come home from work or when I come home from school, I'm exhausted and I cannot sculpt. And then he just wakes up early. The cool thing about this is, bro, the funny thing about this is, bro, that you're not passionate to go to school. I know this. Okay, you don't want to study biology, mathematics, all the bullshit that you study. But still you go there, you suck it up, whether you feel like it or you don't. People who have jobs, they go for their jobs, even to jobs that they don't like. They don't like the work that they're doing. Still they will show up, perform, whether they feel like it or they don't. If it's a weekend, bro, and if it's a weekend where you can practice sculpting, you won't practice sculpting. You'll be like, no man, I had a rough week, so let me just blow some steam off. I'm gonna watch some movies, I'm gonna jerk off, I'm gonna watch some porn, I'm gonna play some video games. And yeah, bro, I deserve this much, bro. Like I'm so tired. And then when it's a Saturday and your boss calls you to the office, you show your ass there. Why? I believe, bro, like if you can work hard for someone else, if you can suck it up for other people, you can 100% suck it up for yourself. So I personally believe in absolute accountability. Everything that happens is your fault. And this way you just try finding solutions instead of problems. Now we could have used alpha brushes here, but I just want to use the Claystick brush to just indicate some of these weird things that he has on his skin. He has a deformed skin. I don't know if it's melted or just like Logan said, the adventure of Canavan happened to him. Something like that. I'm not sure what the term was, bro. I haven't seen Indiana Jones. I also sculpt by following speed charts videos, but whenever I try to replicate what he does, the results look nothing like exactly the point. You do not have the basics to understand what he is doing yet. So it will not work. Imagine it this way, bro. A person who does not understand basic English, basic grammar, does not have good vocabulary, and then he tries to read the most difficult book in the planet. It will not work. You need some sort of vocabulary, you need a bit of grammar, and then whatever you read, bro, whatever you want to read, whatever you want to educate yourself about, reading about that, it will make sense. Same thing goes for sculpting, bro. So if you want to learn, understand, okay, what other sculptors are doing, how are they performing, how are they getting the results, you need some sort of basics, you need some sort of understanding before you can do that. And this is why I don't like the advice where people say, hey bro, buy this anatomy book and this anatomy book will help you. When you buy an anatomy book, how do you make sense of that book? It's not going to make sense. You understand nothing. And anatomy books, they do not have any text. They just have a lot of images. So it just does not work. what is so much better, bro, like if you want to learn from Speechar, buy his course, watch his tutorials, see how he does, and only follow his courses and tutorials. Do not mix match. When you try to find another instructor, even if you try to learn from me and Speechar at the same time, it's not going to work, bro, because my advice and his advice is going to contradict. So the best thing you can do for yourself is find one source of information and invest in their whatever they are educating, in their courses, in their training. The reason you want to invest, bro, is because the reason I call it an investment is because you save time, and time is money. What takes you to figure out on your own a year, you can just buy a course and figure it out in a month. So it always saves your time, and time is money. Ark of the Covenant. I sent you a gift on the Ark of the Covenant if you want to see the epic. Okay, let's have a look at the face melt. I just love gore. Bro, the old. Oh, this looks so much better. Yeah, this looks so much better now. Great work, my friend. The old VFX, bro, like they are so bad that they look good. Sometimes like the jankiest stuff is so nice to look at. Not because it is nice, but it's just amusing. When I watch old movies now and I look at the VFX, bro, it's just amusing. I just find that extremely entertaining to look at bad VFX. You know, like how sometimes some jokes, they are so bad and they are so lame that they are good. It's like the same thing. Also use some sort of wax to make the face melt, but it's not wax. Yeah, bro, like I just watch a lot of Corridor Crew. So Corridor Crew is basically a VFX team and they work on YouTube. So they make these really cool YouTube videos and it requires a lot of VFX. They also have another separate series where all they do is break down VFX, and you just learn so much. Like I've learned so much about 3D from those breakdowns. Like how do you make something realistic? Why does some VFX look realistic versus some doesn't? So it's very educational if you want it to be. And I really like the mix of the educational plus the entertainment content. So I believe like if a person can find a balance, especially a creator, like if he can find a balance between something that's educational but also a bit entertaining, it's a very good balance to have. I'm just gonna slightly bevel these edges so that we maintain their thickness. Let's see. And yep, here we have it. Let's apply subdivision modifier and let's quad remesh this. So quad remesher. I think I'll just go to about, yeah, let's do 15,000. I want a slightly high poly so that I can paint on this as well. Perfect. No ways. I also watch Corridor Crew. I've learned so much on VFX on them. I've also been attempting some recently. Awesome, man. Like Corridor Crew is amazing. One of the favorite VFX breakdown was the first Bollywood, the Bollywood episode that they did. It was so hilarious, man. But it was also very educational. So Bollywood is a very good example of how bad stuff works. So like the action is so over the top. It's so over the top, bro. It's extremely unrealistic, but it works. It looks super cool on camera. So if it works there, then why not? Sometimes you don't need something that's absolutely perfect. You just need something that works. Hello. So Bollywood is a very good example of that, man. It's so over the top, it's so lame, it's so unrealistic that it works. Whenever I watch The Lord of the Rings, I'm always amazed by the VFX and makeup they created using the technology. Oh yeah, bro, like Lord of the Rings was so ahead of its time. 100%, bro. Like the VFX breakdown of those scenes, they just break, like, open up your mind. The cool thing about the Lord of the Ring films was that it's not like other movies where it has multiple parts. So any other movie that's a trilogy, right? In every part, you see that okay, the characters have aged a bit, and then they get older, and then stuff happens, and I don't know, but like real stuff happens. Like for example, take The Matrix, the latest one. It sucked, and Keanu was super old for that movie. Like the John Wick series, he gets older and older with every part, and then now he just cannot have the same energy on set. 100%, it won't work. The cool thing about the Lord of the Ring was that they shot everything at the same time. They shot the whole trilogy once, and then they released it in parts. And I think that that's pretty genius, actually. Like the characters, they don't age. They look very similar throughout the whole trilogy, and it's amazing. Like even now, I watched Lord of the Rings fairly late, and even till this date, like the VFX, the quality of the effects that they have, they still stand, and it's amazing. Similarly, the first Avatar movie, it was way ahead of its time as well. Like the VFX, then it's so good. You can watch the movie even now, and it still looks pretty sick. Another reason the Lord of the Ring VFX works is because a lot of it was they were practical effects. They just use a bit of CGI, mostly practical, and that just always gives you the best blend. The reason that the VFX now, like VFX, if you notice now, has gotten worse because everything is CGI, everything is fake. But then, like, they had to really think about 3D plan the scenes. They always try to balance a bit of VFX with some CGI, and it always gives the most realistic effect. I feel like Bollywood is really stretching the yeah, like 80-20 principle, bro. 80 the 20% that's giving the 80% result is how cool the scene looks. They don't give a shit, bro. Like honestly, they don't care about the physics, about anything else, bro. All they care about, okay, is does this scene look cool? So the action in Bollywood is so over the top, but it works. And to some people, it's unbearable. Like they cannot bear that over the top action. Like, yeah, what is this? This can never happen. And then they don't watch the movies. Personally, I enjoy them. I don't care about the physics of stuff. Like as long as it looks cool, look, I'll watch it. Like I'll watch a banana warrior if he can kill people with a banana. But if the story is nice, I don't care. But like if his weapon is a banana that he can slice throats with, I don't mind. All I care about is the story, man. Yeah, there we have it. Freddy Krueger. Let us give him some eyeballs, shall we? Have you watched Corridor's Tactical Reloads? Exactly this, such an interesting concept. But I think it was inspired by Bollywood. They did mention it. I'm not sure if it was exactly that or it was something else, but I do think it was inspired by Bollywood, like the over the top action. I think I saw one episode of it. I didn't really follow it. I just watched Corridor Crew for their VFX breakdowns. Or sometimes I do watch them. Like I keep an eye out for their, what's it called, bro? The most satisfying renders, or when the artists inside the Corridor Crew they compete with each other. That is a series that I do watch because I just get to learn so much about 3D and everything. One of my favorite series that they made is offensive bowling ball animations. That's that was amazing, bro. I love dark humor, and that was a treat to watch. So they have a whole series of who can make the most offensive bowling ball animation, and I love it. I love it. Yes, did you see the one where they did the 90 render challenge and then they got Nico's daughter at the end to be the judge? No, I haven't seen that. Is it fairly recent? Or is it an old one? I haven't seen it. Yo, what's up, man? Just found you from the Ryan King's art channel. You are so underrated, not gonna lie. Appreciated, my man. Yeah, Ryan has been very generous with the shout out. So I really do appreciate him. Appreciate the feedback as well, my friend. It's quite yeah, see, it's recent, so I haven't seen it. I am very out to date when it comes to stuff. A lot of stuff, bro. Like I don't know what the most recent meme trend would be right now. And sometimes I feel old. But I cannot relate to the latest meme or whatever trend is going on. I deleted all social media from my phone because I just found myself randomly scrolling. Even when I'm in a public place, bro, what I did was I could not stand in a line without looking at my phone. And personally, bro, that scares the shit out of me. I just think, bro, like I don't have this much self-control that I cannot. It just happened, bro. Like honestly, I am sitting here and then I just take out my phone. The first tab I would open up is Instagram, and then I would just think, how did I end up here? After hours of scrolling, it was so ingrained. So I deleted all social media. I got it back recently because when I started working on my Instagram channel, so I just record a reel, upload Instagram, and yeah, bro, like I am glad that I don't doom scroll anymore. It's just not worth it. So if anyone has a social media addiction, like I would highly recommend that you just delete that shit off your phone. It does you no good, not at all. At the end of the day, bro, like just ask yourself, how has it benefited you in any way? If it has ever, it does not. So what's the point? If you want to scroll, do it on your browser. If you want to check, if there's something that's really important, you want to check your social media, do it on your browser. But the browser version is not stimulating at all. You can't scroll for more than, I don't know, 20 minutes, bro. It just gets extremely boring. The reason it's addictive on your phone is because all you have to do is to move your thumb. That's it. You just move your thumb and content is being presented to you on a platter. So the best thing you can do for yourself is just remove it. Anything that does not contribute towards you and your goals is a distraction. And here's the cool thing about focus, bro. Here's what no one tells you about focus. They all tell you, hey, try the Pomodoro technique, try this technique, add this to your routine, do meditation, and then you'll focus more. Look, bro, I believe focus is subtraction. It's not addition. You don't add anything else in your life to be more focused. You remove things that are noise and distract you in the first place. The reason that you lose focus is because you get distracted. So whatever distracts you, remove that. Subtraction of your distraction will allow you to focus better. It's really, really that easy. An example that I have for you, just imagine that you're in a room, bro. I lock you in a room and there's nothing in that room besides four walls. That's all the room has. It's a completely blank white room. All it has is four walls and you are now stuck in that room. Now you'll sit in that room for a while, and after a while you'll start playing with your thumb. I don't know, you start biting your nails. Do something, because everything in that moment is boring. The most fun thing you can do is play with your thumbs, bro. So you should play with your thumbs. If I throw in a ball in that room, you're going to bounce that ball off the wall and catch it, bounce it off the wall again and catch it. Because why? Because it's the most fun thing. Now imagine in that room, I have Blender, and in Blender, the only application that you can, in that computer, the only application that you can open is Blender. I bet, bro, the only thing you're going to do is play with Blender, because it's the most fun thing. The reason you can't focus on Blender is because you have more fun things in your surrounding, in your environment, and that could be social media, that could be your phone, that could be video games, that could be, I don't know, a season that you're watching. So if you have all of these distractions, if you have more fun things than Blender, and 100% these things are more fun than Blender. Joking off is more fun than Blender. There's more pleasure in joking off than working on the sculpt. There's more pleasure scrolling on my phone than working on the sculpt. So when I have the distractions, I cannot focus on sculpting, because when I'm sculpting, my mind is a monkey brain, and my monkey brain is convincing me, hey bro, that was fun, do that again. This is boring. You've been sculpting for an hour. You haven't gotten results yet. So go back to scrolling, bro. That was fun. Go back to joking off, bro. That was fun. So whenever you have these stimulants that are pleasure on steroids, it will make whatever you want to do more difficult. It's a distraction, and the best thing you can do is to get rid of it. Now there is pleasure in sculpting and achieving your goals. I promise you there is. But if you want to experience it, you have to remove the distractions first. You have to get that first win so that you can feel good about yourself. And if you're struggling with sculpting, well, link in the description, a free course waiting for you. Within a month, I will get you results in sculpting. And I will change the way that you look at sculpting. I promise you. But all you have to give me is 1 month and a bit of your trust. And I put my credibility on the line when I say that within a month, I will get you results. I'm putting my credibility on the line. I have everything to lose. As a creator, my credibility is everything. I have everything to lose. All you have to lose is another month. You've been trying to figure this out for years, bro. And I'm promising you results in a month, provided you do what I say. And all you need, bro, is just 1 hour a day. If you can practice consistently for 1 hour a day, bro, you will get results. People think, no man, like I don't want to commit for an hour. I feel motivated today, so I'm going to do this for 4 hours. I'm going to practice every single day for 5 hours, and that doesn't happen. And then you feel like you're a piece of shit, and then you can't commit. That is why you don't succeed. You need to set the bar high enough you know you can achieve. When you do that, it will build confidence. When you commit to something, when you set a goal for yourself and you achieve that goal, that is when you build confidence. The reason you do not have any confidence right now, the reason you feel scared, the reason you feel stressed out is because you say you're going to do something, but then you do the exact opposite. Why would you respect yourself? So you set a bar high enough, you know you can achieve, and when you achieve it, you will feel good about yourself. I'm so glad I quit doom scroll. Bro, honestly, Logan, like you're super wise for your age, and that is such a rare quality. I have massive respect for that. Like people your age, bro, like they're not this serious. So you have my respect for that, man. I really respect that. I understand, but no one can work like a robot. People need to have fun. I agree, bro. Like who's saying you don't need to have fun? You just need to have priorities in life. And if you mean fun by joking off, it's not fun, bro. It's detrimental. People do not know the hidden diseases that come with with jerking off and masturbation and porn. It's not fun. But of course, bro, like if you want to watch a movie, if you want to watch a season, do it by all means, bro. Like you shouldn't deprive yourselves of these pleasures. What I argue is that you just need to have priority in your life. Like if you want to have fun, if you want to go out with your friends today, make sure you get your most important work done first thing in the morning. If you put your work in front of you, if you can put your school in front of you, if you can put your university in front of you, teachers in front of you, other people in front of you, if you can suck it up for them, bro, you can suck it up for yourself. Because no one has the responsibility of waking up as you, making your life better. No one has the responsibility to do that except for you. So you want to have fun, you want to play video games, you cannot give it up. It's okay. I don't mind, bro. Like it's your life, not mine. But what I would suggest, bro, is have some priority. Don't let that video game, which is a distraction, be the priority of your life. Like, oh no, bro, I swear I'll sculpt after I finish this mission. Because it never ends. It's one more mission every time. I swear I'll sculpt after this one round of Fortnite. Then your friends are going to say one more round, and that one more round never ends. So it's all about priority. Your goal, your goals should be the number one priority that you have. That looks sick. Thank you, my friend. And yeah, I think that I will stop here as well. Should I make his t-shirt? Okay, I just have 10 more minutes because I have to go for the weekly call in the community. So we have our weekly call inside the Davinci School starting very soon in 10 minutes. So I'll just quickly make a t-shirt for him and then we will call it a day. If there's any questions, guys, let me know right now so I can answer them before I sign off. And if you want to learn sculpting in the easiest way possible without being overwhelmed by bullshit anatomy that you don't need, bro, you are an artist, you're not a doctor, then just click the link in the description, click the first pinned message here, and you will be welcomed to my free 1 month sculpting challenge course. And within a month, I will teach you how to sculpt with just 1 hour a day. If you can spare 1 hour a day, I will get you results. If you cannot do that, God bless you, my friend. If you cannot set aside 1 hour for something you are passionate about, I can't help you. God can't help you. You're a quitter. You're a Jerry. You're hopeless. Honestly, I mean it. You can try whatever other thing works for you. It won't work for you because you don't have the basic discipline to set yourself 1 hour a day. And honestly, where are you spending your hours every single day, bro? You edge in the toilet for longer than an hour, but you don't have an hour to sculpt? Bullshit. You doom scroll for 4 hours every single day. You don't have an hour to sculpt? I don't believe you. If you're not accountable, bro, no one can help you. And I tell this to people every time, but like, you cannot help people who don't want to be helped. So if you want to help someone, the first step is that they want to be helped. If they don't want to be helped, bro, you cannot help them. And I used to have this savior syndrome where when I saw my friends, when I saw someone, I just wanted to help them. I was like, no, man, do this, do that, do that. And to the point where it affected my own mental health, honestly. Now I just do not care. I only spend my energy on people who want to be helped. I just made a simple rule in life that I will not care about someone's situation more than they care about it themselves. And that includes my friends even. Like, I won't care about the situation more than they care about themselves. If someone is constantly moaning in front of me, complaining, and I know that they know what needs to be done and they're not doing it, I just automatically lose respect for them. It's just how it is. Like people are saying, well, I struggle with this for the longest time. And then when you offer them help, they say not now. Like, what the fuck? I thought this is something you wanted help with, but then you don't want to listen. Yeah, the first step to helping someone is that they want to be helped. We cannot help people who don't want to be helped. And you're going to find that people like this all over the internet who say, yeah, man, sculpting's my dream, bro. I wish someone could teach me this and that. I wish someone was to tell me the roadmap. And you tell them the roadmap and they won't do anything. Why? Because they're quitters. And no one can help a quitter. No one can help someone who's just not accountable. Who does not see that, okay, maybe the course is not the problem. The person who sucks is me. Maybe the problem is me. So for anything, bro, anything at all, it takes basic accountability. If a person lacks accountability, you cannot help them. No matter if they're family, no matter if they're friends, no matter it's whoever. If they don't want to be helped, you cannot help them. There we have it. Awesome. We still have 5 minutes remaining. I need to sign off now. Let's enable the shadows. We still have 5 minutes, so let me show you the community and the course. Here it is with shadow. Yeah, I like this. Honestly, it turned out better than I expected. Freddy Krueger. Okay. So, if you want to learn sculpting in the easiest way possible, just click the link in the description. You will be welcomed into this course where every Saturday I go live and I share feedback on how you can improve. And let me show you the most recent results that we got. We got them last week. And like 2 people got amazing results within the last 2 weeks. And here, day 21, Orkhan, he sculpted this. Bro, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. Orkhan. And you can see, bro, years of jumping course to course, years of feeling overwhelmed, and decades of, including advice from professional sculptors with decade of experience, years of procrastinating, and then in just 21 days, boom, I created the first sculpt that I can say I'm truly proud of. And you can see his results, bro. In 21 days, after being overwhelmed for years, this is what Orkhan sculpted. And if you want results like Orkhan, you have to train like Orkhan. And for that, you have to join the 1 month challenge, bro. So look at Nikip. I was really overwhelmed before starting this course by all the anatomy and muscle stuff, but now I feel like my sculpting skill has grown a lot and I feel more comfortable than before. And you can see his results, bro. This is what he sculpted before the challenge, and this is what he sculpted now. Awesome, isn't it? What you get inside is you go to the classroom section. You have this free course where everything is laid out for you. It's step by step. It tells you exactly when to proceed to the next video. If you skip, you're a Jerry, bro. So this is the easiest course on the planet right now. And within a month, bro, you can get results like this. Click the link in the description or click the link in the chat, which is pinned. And that would be all, my friends. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Here's the fist bump. Boom.